Yeah, resolution is campaign project by Climate Rangers. By the way, I am not alone in working on this project. There is also Raffi from Climate Rangers Jogja, Ade from Climate Rangers North Sumatra, and also Katin dari Exar Solo and Puspita, the one who injured from Climate Rangers Bali, and also Fatan from Climate Rangers Jakarta. And maybe I'll tell you why this project is happening, because we see that the government is always focused on large scale renewable energy. There is always a big project, there is always centralized, there is no decentralized. And we see that it's not enough. It's not enough. Our renewable energy mix is still on 30%. Our renewable energy mix is still on 30%, and we need every solution that we can get. And that's why this is also same problem with fossil fuel, that we see in the fossil fuel only small people, only small oligarchs, only small group that took advantage of the big resource, and the local communities keep getting oppressed, keep getting victimized, and also keep getting injustice. And that's why we see that this need to change. Energy transition is not just about the reduction of emission, it's not just about the transition of the source of energy to new energy, but also how we transition our society, how we transition our energy system. And that's why this is our dream actually, a resolution.
Wow, come prepared.
Yes, this is the cheat sheet. This is our dream for the Indonesia to have a lot of community-based renewable energy. We want the Indonesia future is powered by sun, wind, and the people. And also we want the local communities to be protagonists, not just side character, not just some watcher, but protagonists of the energy transition. We want people to directly take advantage, to control, and took the benefit of the energy of the local communities. That's what we want to do.
Thank you. And since it's a live show, so we want to gather so many questions around. So where's my assistant, the beautiful and handsome Didian? We're having amazing notes and post-its, so please pass around. Any question, please write it down. I need juicy, spicy, challenging questions, okay? You mentioned about 30%, we'll come back to that.
Yes.
Let's move to a bit to about how's your work? I heard that you started by working with community that's renewable, right? And you do some training. Can you describe more? What do you do?
So, Digu Vikas Institute, in collaboration with Grid Alternatives and Power in Nepal, in one of the rural villages of Nepal, has planted a small solar microgrid with the principle of decentralized energy system to all. So basically, during the earthquake 2015, the mini Pico hydro plant of that place got destroyed. That's why, as an alternative, we did plant the small solar microgrid. And yeah, for that, we actually mobilized the village people itself for the plant, for carrying the solar panel, to properly utilize it, to collect the tariffs. We did give them trainings for the well management of that plant.
Yeah, one of our reporters from Taiwan, Liang Zhang, she actually asked you some questions. And there are 40 people, the women leadership, like in your community, doing the training, right? Okay, what is your role there? Why? And why motivate you to go to that community?
Okay, so first of all, that community is not quite accessible during monsoon, and other than that season also, there is no direct road way to that community. And for that, there have been developed a women group for their proper capacity building. Also, we did train them, and so that they get the feeling of ownership. That's why there are 52 households, and each people over there were well trained, and we have also kept or is not the right word, but yeah, my English is kind of not good, but yeah, 2 people are there for the well mobilization. and the tracking of that plant, solar microgrid.
Thank you so much. Very important work. Do we have some question coming up? We can start collecting that yet. Can we come back to Resolucy, Mr. Hansen and Joy? How many community, how many groups have you working in? How many cities have you been working on?
Yeah, for the pilot project, we have a few cities, like 7 cities right now, and with different approach, with different methods. For example, like in Bali, in Jogja, something that Raffi and Puspita is working on is they want to have all the tourism village to use micro hydro and also to use solar to power their village, and this is they want the tourism village to be the face of the Indonesia energy transition. And not only that, also to empower local communities. And in North Sumatra, Aceh, and in Cirebon, they want to have Islamic boarding school, all the Islamic boarding school in Indonesia to get powered by solar panel. In Indonesia, there is like 39,000 Islamic boarding school, and we want Muslim to be the pioneer of energy transition in Indonesia as one of our teaching is that to save the environment and to reduce the emission. And so that's why we want to mobilize also the Muslim, especially the youth Muslim. And in Jakarta, we want to all the bus to get solar power, because we want to bring the renewable energy closer to everyday life, which is for example the public transportation like busway. And so in Solo, in Katin project, they want to use the dam to store the solar panel to be a pilot project in all the public infrastructure in Java.
Yeah, I heard one of my reporter, Mas Moko, about that. But recently, they have a launch of the campaign, right?
Yes.
It's last month?
It's August.
August.
Yeah.
So how many groups? 6 groups? 5 groups?
6 groups, but now 7 groups.
7 groups. So what is your vision? You have great vision for, you said about the Muslim youth groups and also others. Like how it's around the end of 2024. Like is there any like future plan? And I heard that an important moment that all the reporters will go to the COP30. Are you gonna join that, or what's your plan?
Yeah, we want our community-based renewable energy to be considered as a part of solution, not just large-scale energy project, but also the small scale, which really benefit for the communities, which really bring the justice part to the communities, and we want it to be considered as actual solution, not just an alternative solution, but the actual solution, and can be, can be included in, like, for example, NDC and Indonesia NDC that will be submitted in soon, and also the net zero ambition and other climate and energy transition ambition in Indonesia to be considered as actual solution, not just an alternative solution that no one really care about.
Wow, you also work on NDC, so I will note it down. Then we'll ask another reporter of my team to question about what is the Indonesian national development contribute. I think that's very important to know because you have huge populations. And for the vision that is really inspiring to hear from Anjar, right? Can we give him some round of applause? Amazing work. Anybody questions? Don't hesitate. Let's come back to Susmita from Nepal. Maybe what is your plan afterwards? Like when you think that will be important for the community? Is that only one community you will do the training? Not really, right? Like you guys are putting so many projects I heard. So you like to describe what's your future plan?
For now, we have been, our project have been effective to 54 households there of this small solar microgrid. And after this, while visiting the place over there, we came to know that this community is still not very accessible to the chemical fertilizer, which is very good. So we got a chance to intervene with the agroecology as a real solution. It's a type of the agriculture practice which doesn't harm nature actually. Without using any chemical fertilizers, you can do very effective agriculture. So that's our next plan. And with the principle, DBI has been working with the principle of decentralized energy system, and also boycotting micro hydropower, as that's not very good for nature and also not the people centric. So we are looking forward to have more collaboration and go to the rural communities of Nepal and plant such small micro hydrogrid, also collaborating with the local governments over there.
Amazing. I love the term you described about decentralized. Is it, how do you define that? Is 1%, 2%? Like, what do you mean about decentralized renewable?
Nepal has a NEA, Nepal Electricity Authority, as main authority to provide the electricity. And most of the rural places of Nepal do not have access to electricity. So, because it's far from the NEA real authority and also not accessible by road, that's why decentralized means that will be community owned, that will be really accessible to the community. We are proposing that decentralizing energy system concept to the government also to employ it instead of micro hydropowers.
Yeah, we have like 3 questions asking about that. How do you introduce the campaign to the local community, right? And also you say about the poverty issues, you target those minority who don't have money or financial resources for the people. Can you describe that, how you make sure the ownership with the community for the project, because you are not from there, right? So how you make sure that?
Okay, so we were just the one that came with the project over there, but later on with the 54 households, from digging the holes for the poles to the real plant of small grid, we actually made their participation and also formulate the women's group for collect the tariffs, that means per unit money for the electricity usage, and they themselves maintain it, monitor it. Through this aspect, I think they have got that ownership, therefore they are still running that project. It's sustaining over there.
In one of the questions already answered, you mentioned about the principle that you've been working on. So I think it's really important to make sure that that renewable is not ethical for the community, that's community owned. I think that's really a good tool. Can you leave the message and we can post it on the live YouTube later on so people can read on that? Let's come back to, thank you, Mrs. Mita. Can we come back to Mr. Anjang? I think there are 2 questions asking you. Very challenging one. Good luck with that. So, what's your message to those who think that transition is not possible? And the second is that you mentioned about the government, right? So the government play a role for a renewable project. You think that you have? Is there any? Yeah.
Yeah. For the first one, I've always say that the advantage of the youth, the specialty of the youth is we dare to dream. We dare to dream big. We dare to say what we really want. Not like what can be done. What can be done by there is a lot of resource, blah 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 blah. But what is we really want? What we need to have our future, have our clean future and justice future. And that's the specialty of the youth, because in this community-based area campaign, there is still a lot of like rejection or pessimism, especially the pessimism, because they don't see that the small scale is really solution. It's like it's too slow. We need like a large scale. We need like fast transition to renewable energy. But what we dare to say, no, it's still possible. It's still possible if we go hand in hand with communities, if we want to fight together with communities. And the second one is how
government, the role of government.
Yeah, the government role is to like I said before, is to consider to perceive the community-based area as real solution. It need to be stated in the energy regulation. It need to be stated in NTC. It need to be stated in every regulation that government made. There is always some portion. There need to be always some portion for community-based renewable energy, not just other fast solution like co-firing, carbon capture storage, etc., or another large-scale project that have fossil fuel industry get fossil fuel industry ownership. That's what needs to be done by government.
So you think that your project is scalable, right? Like
Yes.
in terms of the numbers of the communities, right?
Yes, we strongly believe it.
Wow, dream big, mister. Now I can call you that. Last question, either one of you can answer that. I know that we're running out of time, sorry, because some of the kids, they were playing too much in signature sheets earlier, so limited time, sorry for that. Money, right? Because we have a really strategic partner, 3pp.org here. So they launched a very interesting project called Our Own Power Network. I still don't know what is it, but I keep saying OOP, 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 OROP, OOP, OOP. So I assume that we're global South community majority, like we need funding. So how do you make sure the funding into the community and how to make sure the commitments? Maybe either one of you want to start with?
Maybe I will start by example because Liangi mentioned that we collaborate with a large organization 350.org. Yeah, and Climate Rangers is helped by the Global Green Fund. There is like a micro grant. We recommended by 350 to support our project, to support the community waste RE project, to support the consolidation of youth with a lot of climate rangers in Indonesia, and to grow our network, to organize our movement. There is a lot of like micro grant actually, and you can also see. You can also find it independently, like in Instagram or in social media, and yeah, there is always Liangi NGO to help.
Wow, good luck to staff 350. I know that there's so many people want to apply for that, right? So I heard that you also do crowdfunding. Can you describe more about that?
No, the crowdfunding one is from the Bengkulu.
Another group.
Yeah, another group. They have a successful community waste RE1 in the school where they open the donation for everyone to get a contribution to install the solar panel in one of the school. And actually, it's like the third school right now. It's called Sekolah Energi Bersih, Clean Energy School, where they want to transition the source of energy of school to be sun power, and also to educate the student to create a future climate defender. And they do crowdfunding. They actually not really need that money, but they do crowdfunding to.
They need people, they need ideas.
Yes. We need more people to have. We need to have more people to come join us in this fight, in this struggle, in this project.
I love that. It's always really hard for grassroots organizations in Asia. We're usually really small. And maybe Susmita can give final words like what would be suggestion for the young kids? I know there are, I think, 11 countries around here watching here. So do you have any suggestion for them, like how to work on this project?
So I just want to give one single sentence. There have been lots of suggestions that has been suggested to address the climate crisis, but the solution, which is not people or community centric, just and environmental friendly, that's the false solution. So we need to critically think about every solutions proposed in our community.
Thank you again. Thank you, Mr. Anjar. Thank you, Susmita. Thank you for your time. So I think that's it for the show. I know the time is running out. If you guys still have questions, I know you will be here for the rest of the day, right? So you can still ask them, talk to them, question about what is the community base of renewable. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Liangi.